What's good? It's your boy Dre. Right now, I'm gonna give my full review of the Beretta Nano. Now, I don't even know where to start because I am really a fan of this Beretta Nano, and I don't want to come off. I don't want to. I'm gonna sound partial because I am partial to Beretta, but I'm going to stay. Want to stay objective. I'm gonna try my best to stay objective. And when I go into my preference, then I give an indication of that. Now, for one, it's pocket size 9, holds 6 rounds, and it comes with two magazines. You can pick. It's a bit pricey when I think about a pocket size. It's like it was $4.75. I got it from the Beretta Gallery, and the guy he usually gives you a good deal, but since this is brand new, he had to give me. I had to pay full price for it. But I mean, that's not bad. I don't feel like it's bad for what you get. Now, I really like this because when you take a look at it, it almost reminds me of a Glock without that without the angle. You know, the Glock has a slanted angle on the grip, and it takes a lot from the PX4 Storm as far as when you're on the grip, you have the texture in the front and the back and the smooth side. Now the safety is here in the middle of the trigger. Me personally, I just don't feel like that's a safety. I'm a regular at the Jackson Armory, and the guys they like to talk about Glock safeties, the trigger safety, and they say that it's like having your brakes in the middle of a gas pedal. I just thought that was funny, but for the most part, I just don't see how that's a safety. I don't know. That's just me, my personal opinion. Now, for one, this gun is, I would say it's, for me, when I look at this, I think it's heavier. It's heavier than it looks. You know, at least when you start thinking about a pocket pistol, and if you've held a pocket pistol and you pick this up, you'll be like, yeah, it has a nice bit of weight on it, but that's better for your recoil. And they also have some I think they have some good sights. You know, you got the 3-dot sight system. That's really good. Seeing as the Ruger LC9, it's a good sight system, but those dots in the back are really small. But sorry about that. But I don't have much bad to say about this gun. Only problem that I have with it is sometimes the takedown is it's a bit tricky. It says that you don't have to dry fire for this takedown. I'm gonna demonstrate that real quick. But what you have is you have a decocker button here. That's what that little dot is. You take something like an ink pen. I'm gonna take like a Phillips head screwdriver and push that in. You push that in first, and then you take this as a little screw there. Yeah, you turn that, just turn it sideways. Turn that sideways towards the back of the gun. There you go. Okay, it worked fine that time. Usually, sometimes I have a little trouble taking it apart. I've had to dry fire one time, but I don't know, maybe I just didn't know what the hell I was doing. But anyway, you have the frame. Here's a spring and a barrel. Spring looks a lot like my the spring on my Glock 27, 3rd gen at least. I don't know how the Gen 4 springs look in the baby Glocks. There's a barrel slide. Then you put it back together. And after that, when you put it back on, the screw, it will automatically twist back up and down, horizontal. Now, I've had this to the range, and I think that I would safely say I put maybe 150 rounds through it, and I had two double feeds. Now, does that concern me? Yes, it does, because it happened twice. I had one, like I said, in my Ruger SC9, I had one failure to eject. That was one time. I had two double feeds on a lesser amount of rounds, and I don't know what to think of that. But for the most part, after I rack it out, I rack the empty round out, then hell, it works fine after that. But I don't know what's going on with the double feeds. And I use I only buy Winchester white box. These right here are my hollow points, 147 grain. But when I go to the range, I'm usually using 115 grain. And so yes, I had two double feeds. And I don't know if, because now when I get to the range, I like the rapid fire like that. You know, that may be the problem, you know, because I get to the range and I really put these boys to work, like, you know, I don't know, like action movie style. And hell, in a high stress situation, I'm pretty sure I won't be shooting like that, but hell, the range is for fun. So, well, for the most part, this is a good firing pistol. I love the way it absorbs the recoil because of how heavy it is. And as far as the design, it is a really smooth design. Like, there isn't anything that could, just say for instance, if you have this in, say, on your waist, you don't have to worry about it getting caught on your shirt or anything, like maybe a slide safety or the slide lock. Nothing protrudes on this gun at all. It's a flat surface gun. And of course, as of right now, they don't have a pinky extender. So if your pinky don't fit, if you're concerned that your pinky doesn't fit onto the pistol, you might want to avoid this. It has a loaded chamber indicator, this right here. So when you get this, it will be hard to show you, but when you get this, it's smooth to the gun, but when it's loaded, it sticks out. So when you rub your finger across it and you get the bump, you be like, okay, yeah, this thing is loaded. But six rounds in the clip, one in the chamber, that'll give you 7 shots. That's one less than the Ruger SC9. So if you're concerned with that extra bullet or not, you know, I wouldn't know. I feel like, hell, what's one more shot? I mean, because shot placement is everything when it comes down to it, you know. So I'm not certain if the magazine size is Man, shit, it's just one bullet. And let me see, I think the car CM9, I think that's 6. That's 6 rounds. You know, so I'm just throwing out some ideas if you're in the market for getting a pocket pistol. I wish I had a car CM9 so I could put next to this and show it and see if I actually liked it better. I love the trigger because the trigger's not like it's not a very light trigger, but it's not extra heavy. For me, it's just right, and it is a shorter travel than on the Ruger LC9. It's a bit. I watched a couple reviews and I've seen people say that the trigger is a bit heavy. For me, I don't mind. I can't tell. But, and plus, another thing is, if you want to cock your slide back and hold it, since there's no external slide release, you just make sure there's an empty mag inside, and you got the slide back to send it back forward. Drop the magazine and then rack the slide back forward. And you know, or if you got a full magazine, you put it in. When you put it in, and then when you cock it back, it's gonna rack around in. So it's another thing I want to. This is just for anyone who may be new to firearms. You know what I mean? Because I've seen a couple people fumble with this, but this is how you load your magazine. You go the first one like this. You always want to use your thumb of your weak hand, whichever. If you're right-handed or left-handed, whatever. But you know, use your thumb, push that down, and go in. It's gonna make loading your mag so much easier. You know, versus trying to just that. You know, now I'm doing this because I've actually seen someone trying to load a magazine, and they were trying to do it without using the extra hand. So I just pop this in here because you may be interested in the Nano, and you may be getting up as many opinions on it as you can, and you may not own a firearm. But yeah, it's a nice size mag release button. Very responsive. It's another thing I like about Berettas. But after I want to get this to the range. After I get those 300 shots through it, then I want to see how reliable it is after that point. If I still keep getting these double feeds, I'm gonna let you know. But so far, I love this. It's the perfect size. It's the perfect weight. The disassembly, it's not a common disassembly, but it's not rocket science. Pinky won't fit, but like a pocket pistol, you know, you can't ask for too much, you know. But I would, if you're into pocket pistols, and if you had a couple pocket pistols and you feel like they kick a bit too hard, I mean, and this is 9mm. If you feel like they kick a bit too hard, you might want to look into this Beretta Nano, because this right here this handles recoil, and that's just off the sheer weight of it. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this. Well, like I said, if I look into it and I think about the two double feeds in a potential situation, you know, that will worry me. But I haven't made it past the initial 300 round break-in period, you know, and that's what I've always heard, that after your first 300 rounds, then you can trust it. So after about 300 rounds, I give a follow-up review to the Beretta Nano. But as of right now, I don't feel insecure with it. I I usually take it with me. It's my, I can't say it's my primary carry because I alternate between this, my Ruger LC9, and my Glock 27, just depending on the mood I am for the day. But definitely, if you can get your hands on one of these, it's definitely worth it. As far as the dimension of it, and the recoil, being able to absorb the recoil whatsoever.